used to call it. Now he knew why. There were omens everywhere. That evening, when the damage was done, he blamed himself for all that went wrong, for not acting sooner. Just before lunch, Wei had skulked away to prune the bougainvillea clinging to the chicken wire fence separating the orphanage from the alleyway behind. Even then, he could still hear the office phone ring and ring, over and over. Someone slammed it so hard that Wei jumped, pricking his finger on a thorn. He watched the blood swell and bubble on the surface. It was the same color as the flowers he held in his other hand. Wei went back to work, but not long after, he heard Miss Beverly yelling in Mandarin, then English. Wei saw an old utility vehicle parked outside the front gates. That was nothing unusual. Deliveries came throughout the day, clothes and toys, from charities mostly. The delivery man was standing very close to Miss Beverly. She pointed a finger, and the man squared his shoulders. Wei stood taller. No, Miss Beverly said, in a calmer voice. Do you think I'm stupid? She tried to say something to the delivery man in Mandarin, but reverted to English. We warned him, the man snapped. The delivery man was tall with a large chest that he pushed out as he towered over Miss Beverly. He had very short hair, and Wei could see the sparkle of a gold watch on his left wrist. He also wore thick-rimmed black glasses, like Superman. Wei had watched the movie on a DVD. Wei had seen such trouble brewing when he was growing up. Once, in his rural village, a heat wave caused his best friend's grandmother to go mad. She had stabbed her daughter-in-law for overcooking breakfast and then killed herself in front of her entire family. Wei's mother was sure the heat had created a devil, although his father disagreed. He said the woman had been insane since birth. The door to the orphanage squeaked open and closed. Nick came outside, holding a cup of coffee. He stomped over to Beverly and the man, Nick's blonde hair shining like a lantern in the sun. They all talked at once in English, but much of it was lost on Wei. All he could tell was that Nick was trying to keep the conversation calm, as was Nick's way. Maybe the man had forgotten to deliver something important. They were low on toilet tissue and vegetable oil, for one thing. Wei shrugged and decided it was too hot to stand there in the sun, listening to them argue. He took a bottle of water from his rucksack and sat down under his favorite tree, to the left of the courtyard. In front was the main gate, and to his right, the arched doorway to the orphanage, painted bottle green by Wei himself just days before. It was pleasant in the shade, and he felt the stress of the morning fade away. Even better, if he sat very still, a light sea breeze was making its way through the tall buildings that fronted the orphanage. Wei closed his eyes and listened to the children singing a morning song. He smiled to himself at their innocent words. 太阳当空照, the sun is shining in the sky. 花对我笑, the flowers are smiling to me. Being around children was comforting. Wei had never had much of a childhood. He was left to his own devices from the age of 6 or 7 while his parents worked. He escaped to the city as soon as he turned 15.